Wireless ANC earbuds from Beyerdynamic? Let's open the box and check them out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these. These in the box are the Beyerdynamic Freebird wireless earbuds, and they're pretty sweet. So let's open the box and see what's inside. Now, it is a highly recyclable box, which I really appreciate. I think a lot of companies are finally getting the message, and here they are. These are the earbuds in the case, and you open the case, and there are the earbuds inside. I'll give you a couple of close-ups right off the bat. So this first one shows you the case with obviously one earbud taken out. And then the second one is just a close-up of the earbuds themselves. You'll notice they're pretty big. Now, I'm going to get back to the earbuds, but let's see what else is in the box, because we're starting with an unboxing. So it says, find out more. So let's do that. Now this is, again, a highly recyclable cardboard. And then underneath it is a booklet. Oops, that was a mistake. You'll see in just a second. Is a little envelope that has a bunch of booklets in it. And these booklets are things like a warranty in a bunch of languages, and actually directions in a bunch of languages, and information on how to find your perfect fit, because this is so important. That ships with, and I know it's a little hard to see here, let me give you a close-up. It ships with 5 different sizes of ear tips and 3 different sizes of memory foam ear tips. So between all of those, you're going to find a good fit and a comfortable fit. And that's really important, because anytime you have earbuds, you've got to get the right seal in your ear to give you the best possible quality sound. Really important. Take your time and experiment with different sizes to get the best results you can. Now, also worth noting is there's a really cool USB-C charging cable in the box too. And what's cool about it is that USB-C end is kind of an unusual one. There's USB-A, the regular rectangle, but that's kind of interesting. So on the back of the case is a USB-C charging port. So we plug it in, and now we're ready to charge it this way. But that's kind of old school. Turns out that it also supports wireless charging. So let me just sort of get all this out of the way. I'm going to get rid of that entirely. We'll put this back together. That's a nice looking box. And I happen to have a wireless charging pad from OtterBox, so I'm going to put that on. And then we'll just go ahead and put this on there. And after a couple of seconds, you'll see the little light on the orange will open up and go, will just turn orange. And that tells you that it's charging. Super easy. So it does wireless charging in addition to USB-C charging. Now, the earbuds themselves, you can see they're pretty big, but they're big because they're using these enormous 10mm dynamic drivers that are giving you 10 to 22,000 hertz frequency response. Honestly, that's better than I can hear, but what it means is that there's just a lot of richness, there's a lot of headroom so that you can get the sound you want, whether it's a low rumbly bass or a drop on some modern electronica, or whether it's a sweet high from a violin solo. It's all going to be captured in this. Now, they also feature aptX adaptive and AAC, and there's a low latency mode. I'll show you all that because you control that, generally speaking, through the app. We'll get to that in a minute or two. Now, they're also connected via Bluetooth 5.2, the very latest generation of Bluetooth, and that's great because that means the earbuds are never going to forget each other, and it's going to give you nice range. You'll easily be able to walk 25, 50 meters away from your source device without having any issues with the sound. More important perhaps, hybrid ANC, active noise canceling. These do a really nice job. If you're in a noisy environment, you slip this in your ear, you make sure you have it oriented correctly, and you've now blocked out all the environmental sound. Nothing to complain about there for sure. Now, in terms of battery life, these run for up to 11 hours on a charge. That's a really long time. And of course, you can put them back in the case and charge them another time. And then the case itself, actually, you can obviously charge to make sure that it's fully powered. If you don't want to wait for that full charge, Turns out if you give them 10 minutes of charge, those earbuds will be good for another 70 minutes of music playback. That's really nice. Also, one more thing worth noting is that these might not look like it, but they are IPX4 water resistant. So if you want to wear these while you go for a bike ride and it starts raining or you're like really sweaty, then no problem, it's going to work fine. They're also Alexa and Siri compatible. But what I really want to do is I want to show you the app because this app is pretty cool. So let me get that recording started. And then let's see, the app is called MIY. And as you can see, it's a little confused here. So it doesn't actually yet have a device, which is because they're in the case, so they're not actually connected to my device. So all I have to do is take them out. I'm going to put them in my ear. I'm going to actually put one in my ear, and what'll happen is that'll connect via Bluetooth to my phone, and then the app will automatically see that these are connected and identify what they are. So you can see here that I have my Freebird, so I'm going to choose that. And now you can see here some of what's going on. Now, on the very top, you can see that the left and right earbuds are charged to 100%. That's really nice. What you don't see is you don't see how charged the case is. And I think that's something they're going to just fix with a tiny app update because it's something that would be a logical third data item to include here because I want to know, is this at 4% or at 97%? So that's important. That's something I think will come in the app. We'll see. Now, it also gives you easy control to turn off ANC or to put it into transparent mode. And then there's that low latency mode I talked about. Let me take this one out too. So low latency mode, if you're a gamer or if you're watching a video and it's really important to you that the sound syncs up perfectly with the lips, then you can go into low latency mode. I will say with aptX Adaptive and AAC, when I've watched videos without low latency enabled, still worked great, and the lips looked like they were still in sync with the audio, so that wasn't anything I felt was an issue. But with gaming, a difference of 50 milliseconds can be important. In a movie, probably not so much. If we go down a little bit, you can see one of the other really cool things they have is they have sound personalization. Now, I've already set it up on a profile from a previous Beyerdynamic product, and you can see that I can say, you know what, just use the original sound. Don't use my personalized sound. And one of the things that Beyerdynamic's done really well in this app is I've reviewed other products where once they have that sound personalization, it's either on or off and there's no EQ. They give you the option of setting it up however the heck you want. So if we go into the equalizer, you can see there's a bunch of different modes. So if we go into bass boost, or smooth treble, or V shape, they all have significant changes in the audio quality. Now I'm going to come back to audio quality at the very end, but suffice to say, this is really great. Personally, I feel like it already is a very bass forward sound, so I'm enjoying it just on original flat response. Let's go back to the previous screen, and if I go down, notice you can get your firmware updates, which is important. Modern, high-tech, fancy devices need their firmware updated. The app is how you do that. And then if I go to the very bottom and tap on the right-hand button, then I can actually get this sort of cheat sheet shortcut of some of the button tap sequences. And at the very bottom, you can see it says Open Manual Online. So lots and lots of functionality. Let's go back to where we were. And just a really easy way to work with these earbuds. Let me turn on ANC, and latency is off. So let me stop the recording, but you can see the app is really important and it makes a huge difference in your sound experience. Okay, now with the app off, I want to do one more demo. So I'm going to put these in my ears. And what you want to do is you want to have the line pointing towards your mouth. Here's a close-up so you can see that orientation. And once you do that and you get them sort of in the right way, they're actually surprisingly comfortable. Because when I first put them in, I thought, ANC on. When I first looked at them, I thought, oh, these are not going to be comfortable, but they really are. Once you get them with the right size ear tips and everything, and they stay in, they have a really good fit. They're really comfortable, and of course the sound is fantastic, but that's not what I want to demo. What I want to demo is the voice so you can hear what it sounds like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch. And now you're hearing the microphones from the unit picking up my voice. Now, to be fair, it's not the same audio quality as the studio mic that I use clipped to my shirt. But remember, this is for a phone call or something. So I'm not sure. I don't think you would be using this for, I don't know, recording yourself for your next great CD. But for a Zoom call or for something like a Microsoft Meet or, certainly a phone call or something, this works entirely functional. And they are using CVC8 to try to cut down some of the ambient noise around you. Now, let me turn off this recording. Okay, so those are the demos. Let me take these out of my ears. It's very disconcerting when you have ANC on to not hear yourself very well. But be that as it may, what we need to talk about still, obviously, is we need to talk about sound quality. And they sound really good. As I said earlier, they're a little bass forward, so if you go into the EQ and you crank the bass way up on one of those other settings, I found it to be a little muddy with some of my source music, but generally speaking, a really pleasant listening experience with a huge soundstage. They just have a big sound, which you would expect from those 10mm drivers. Now, I look at a lot of earbuds that are like 5mm drivers, and the companies are very proud of how big that is, and this is twice the size. So you're getting so much more audio reproduction capability. That's exactly the Beyerdynamic experience, right? So really great sound. The bass is nice. It all sounds really pleasant. The mid-range, the highs are sweet, not tinny or bright. And there's, like I said, just a big, enormous soundstage. So I was listening to some Andreas Vollenweider, I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Love it. It's jazz harp. It's so good. I've been listening to him for years. And when you get into his music and you're listening with these, it's really a close your eyes and just let the music take you away. It's a beautiful experience. They really sound really nice. So the only other thing to talk about is the price, because at the end of the day, we have to talk about the price too, right? So before we get to the price, let's actually do this. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my channel. A click or a tap on that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on notifications, and we're connected. Great. All right, well, let's see. This is the right earpiece. This is the left earpiece. This is the Beyerdynamic Freebird wireless earbuds, and they come in black or gray. This is obviously the gray color, and they're $249 at Amazon.com. And you're thinking, well, that's a little spendy, but remember, these are audiophile level. These are really, really nice. If you think your $20 earbuds are giving you good sound, then you're going to be blown away by these. They really sound nice. They have solid ANC. They have great battery life. This whole thing is really a beautiful piece of design. The packaging is all super recyclable. What else could you ask for? Mostly, it sounds fantastic. And that's all I got. So I'll hope to catch you in my next video.